The curse of Khleang Borey village. I live in a village far from the city. This village has a very small population, less than 30 families. Although sparsely populated and far from the city, the village has everything from schools, hospitals, high schools, markets and other buildings. This village is rarely known and arrived, and most of the people who come are just people who want to experience superstition. My village has a secret story that attracts them to come and research. And everyone who knows the secret of this village will always forget it in 3 days, which is a long-standing curse. And the villagers call it Curse of Khleang Borey village, by taking the name of this village, and only this village has this strange incident. As the saying goes, those who know an important secret from this village will be forgotten in 3 days, even if they go and tell others. Those who know will continue to forget if they record the story of the village. Put this on paper or in a book, soon the book will be burned. Only those who were born in this village can remember the secrets of the village. I was also born in Khleang Borey village, and of course I know an important secret from this village. The people in this village do not know the secret through their parents or they tell it. They know it with their own eyes, like me. It's unbelievable that it will happen, and I experienced it in my own childhood. It was a scary experience. Back when I was 13 years old, I was still a high school student, when life was fun as a child. There was no pressure, nothing to worry about, just playing, eating and sleeping. Until one day I had to go to school to make laboratory equipment for a science fair, the rest of the day until night to return home. My house is usually at the end of the road, so I always take a shortcut, which is all scary grass, but this is the only way to get home fast. I risk walking this road. When I got to the front of the house, I saw my parents talking like chickens looking for eggs in front of the house. Just saw me walk. Immediately he ran to grab my hand into the house quickly. I think he worries about me because I walk alone like this. If something happens, the hero, wow. When he pulled me, I saw the house in front of me. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights and cover the windows. What happened? When I came home, I saw my house doing the same thing. And what happened? Is there a killer entering the village? I turned to ask Mom, what happened? Why do I need to do this? He lit a candle in the house and said to me, today is the full moon day of the month of Pisik for a decade. Every decade? I mean, I'm really wondering. But I do not dare to ask too many questions. It's time, my mom said. I was sitting scratching my head, not understanding what he was saying. Suddenly there was a bright green light shining through the window, through the curtain that was blocking it from the outside. Dad began to say, it's time for you to know this. I know you must have a lot of questions, and now it's time to know the answer and open the window, but do not open too big enough. I followed him, opened the curtain, and looked out the window. At that time, I could hardly believe my eyes that such a wonderful thing was happening everywhere in the village, suddenly shining brightly like a polar bear in Antarctica. Everywhere was lit up. Even small trees and mosses lit up. I was like in a dream world. Then I forgot about this amazing sight. Is this the secret of the hidden village? I wonder why such a wonderful thing is hidden. While fainting with this strange light, the ground shook suddenly. I could not control myself. The light disappeared as soon as the ground shook. The ground shook so much that all the household items collapsed. The ground shook, mixed with a loud scream of unknown origin. Screams and shouts of war erupted, and the village began to burst into flames like a zombie. They have very ugly faces, some without arms, some without heads, some with drooping eyes, making me very hairy. I turned to ask Dad. What are they with, Dad? It's a ghost army. Why are there ghost soldiers? It happened a long time ago. In other words, it is related to the history of our village before. If Dad speaks now. You do not understand. What if we can go out? No, you must be killed if you leave. And don't we have to wait until it is all gone? In the morning, it will return to the original hang. And this happened only once every 10 years. I can hardly believe that behind that beautiful light there is such a bad thing. This is the real secret of the village. It is not the green light, but the dangerous ghost army. Now I understand why everyone hides their house to protect themselves from these ghosts. Help! I heard a voice from outside and ran to look quickly. Someone was trying to climb a tree to escape the ghost soldiers. I was so scared of them that I could not bear to look at this.